So as you can see here, just a couple of days ago on the 31st of December 2024, my business generated about $70,000. And in today's video, I'm basically going to show you exactly how we do that and exactly how I make most of my money. What I want to do is just peel back the curtain and just show you exactly step by step how we do this and exactly what it looks like on the back end and how you can even generate that amount of revenue in the first place. If you don't know me, the company that I run is called 1000x Leads. Essentially what we do is we coach people on how to generate more leads. We consult people on how to effectively just run their ads better, get better outreach, make better content, and all things like that. And if you're wondering, how could I do this with no experience, or how can anyone do this? Pretty much what I did was I partnered with this guy called Matthew Larson, and essentially I just help him run the company. So it's not like we're famous. It's not like we have some sort of massive audience. You can see here, Matt has 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, and the types of content that we make, any YouTuber will say, this is terrible content. You have 500 views, you have 500 views, or, sometimes even less than that, sometimes more than that, but really nothing crazy. Then you go over to my channel and think, is there some massive audience here? But it's the exact same. We have literally hundreds of views, not thousands, not tens of thousands, literally hundreds of views. So you might be wondering, how do you generate that many sales if really you're not famous? It's not like you're doing anything crazy. Pretty much all we do is just this, what I'm about to show you inside of this video. And again, it's not like we're getting famous. It's not like me personally, it's not like I've built up some 10-year track record in this industry. Literally what I did was I partnered with Matt. We help people make better content. We help people run their paid ads. We help people run their company. And basically that's how it works. So in terms of the traffic sources and where we're getting leads, we have YouTube. So you can see here, a couple thousand subscribers, literally like a niche YouTube channel. We have Twitter, which again, it's not as if we have any sort of crazy Twitter following going on here. Literally 5,000 followers. And if you go to me, 10,000 followers on Twitter. So it's not like there's anything crazy there. We have Instagram, which again, I'll pull it up right now live. It's not as if we have some crazy following on Instagram either. And then what do we have? We have Twitter. We have an email list as well with about 3,000 subscribers on there. So what do we do? How do we generate sales doing that? So what we do is we have an offer where it's 12 months of unlimited one-to-one Slack, and we have no employees that basically help us with that. So we do the one-to-one in Slack. So we have hundreds and hundreds of clients in Slack that text us questions, that ask us stuff, and essentially that's the whole business model. We have 2 live calls per week, in which one of them is run by me and one of them is run by Matt. Then we have a whole kind of roadmap or framework all in Trello. So if you don't know what Trello is, it's essentially a project management board that looks exactly like this if it wants to load. And essentially what we do is we just run through everything that you need to know about how to scale and how to get more leads, how to get more clients for whatever type of business you're doing. And we basically just put it in a Trello board that's literally step by step. The reason we do it this way is a lot of times because, and not to pitch you live on this video, but the reason we do it this way is because we know a lot of kind of coaching programs just put a bunch of stuff in Kajabi and eventually you just don't even watch it and it's kind of just a waste of time. So we just made it literally step by step where you just go through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we make it broken down into chunks and we have the training available that way. So what do? We literally just post niche YouTube content. As you can see, this is niche YouTube content about how to get clients, how to add revenue to a business, et cetera, et cetera. And you can see Matt will literally just post daily schedule, how to run ads, how to do all these different things. And we'll post 1 to 2 YouTube videos a week. We'll post 3 to 5 times per day on Twitter. I'll post once per day on Instagram. We run our email list quite rigorously. We run lead magnets. So what are lead magnets? We essentially make documents that look like this. That run through our entire process, and we give it away for free. So essentially, what we're doing is we're just making a bunch of content on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, on PDFs, on documents, and we're giving that away, and we're just putting that into the market. We're not going viral. We're just solving problems for people. So as an example, in a video like, for example, this one right here, you can see it's how to set up your YouTube mic, camera, lights, and workflow. that's going to get 1,000 views, but the people that watch that video are actually going to get their problem solved. So if you want to replicate the same strategy, all you need to do is think about who are my customers, what problems do they have, and what problem can I solve for them in this video. And then what happens is eventually you'll find problems by posting content and see what exactly gets the biggest kind of uptake or what's getting the most resonance in your market by just looking at your view count and looking at how people respond. So we just churn out these videos. In 2024, me and Matt combined would have made over 200 YouTube videos. They're not high production. We're literally making these videos just no editing, just completely raw. We're putting the thumbnail in Canva and we're just posting it. And we're doing this a couple of times a week. And then, like I said, running them to this exact offer, very, very lean, very, very high profit margin. And basically, all it relies on is your ability to make really, really good content that solves your customers' problems. And at that point, you don't even really need traffic. Like I said, Matt's got 5,000 on Twitter, 15,000 on YouTube. I've got 1,000 followers on Instagram, 10,000 on Twitter, and a couple of thousand on YouTube. So it's not like we're doing anything crazy. It's just that we make content that is going to solve people's problems. So instead of going on there and looking at some Mr. Beast bullshit and then going in and seeing nothing that's going to solve their problem, and then going into a program that is just a bunch of content that, again, is not going to solve their problem, we actually do stuff that kind of gets results for people and that actually resonates with their situation. So again, just as an example, if we know all of our ideal clients are sick of going into a Kajabi program that doesn't get them results, we know we need to make something that's leaner and simpler so we can just take what they're saying, make a product to solve that problem, and then go ahead. Another example of that is intermittent fasting for fitness coaches. So they might find that when people eat in a smaller period during the day, they're more likely to adhere to a calorie deficit, which means they're more likely to get results. So as a result, instead of selling them this mechanism or this product, we're going to sell them on this thing, which is intermittent fasting, which has a higher likelihood of getting them the result that they actually want, which is losing weight. So again, if we know all people want to do is generate more leads, and we know that we can fulfill on that promise or that outcome literally with something that's so simple, it's so easy, it's high profit for us, the customers love it, the clients love it, we have unanimous 5-star reviews, then we're just going to do it that way because that's going to work much better. So in terms of how we got an eventual 70K day, what we did was we said we're going to run a campaign where we're going to increase our price. So essentially what we did was I recorded this Loom video. It's an 18-minute video explaining the offer and explaining what was going to happen, where we're going to increase our price from $4K for 4 months of access to $9,800 for a year of access. But in the week between Christmas and New Year's, essentially what we did was we're going to do $4,000 for 12 months of access to coaching. So it's a great offer. And what we did was, from the year of posting all of these problems or posting all this content about solving people's problems on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, email list, essentially we had all this built up goodwill. And the problem is we had all this goodwill, but we didn't have enough urgency and scarcity to really inject a ton of revenue. So what we did was we made this campaign where we're going to do the price increase. We're going to have a Loom video, which is essentially a video sales letter. If you know what that is, that's basically just explaining what your offer is on a video so you can sell on the video rather than having to get on a call. Then we sent about 10 email sequences to the list in the week. So we just kept sending it to the list. Hey, we're increasing our price, we're increasing our price, we're increasing our price, and basically just made sure that everyone was aware. And then literally all we did was sell in the DM and some via phone. So interestingly enough, with the amount of YouTube that we create, the amount of content, the amount of lead magnets, the amount of email newsletters we've sent out over the year, we're essentially able to get people in Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, and quite often just close via chat, let alone sometimes people would just go on our sales presentation in PowerPoint and just check themselves out right through there. So again, what ends up happening is you have this automated sales process that's going on essentially all day, and just kind of your sales channel is just going off bang, bang, bang with a sale, literally every 10 minutes at some points during the day, which was really cool. So really what's happening here is we're posting a bunch of content to basically build goodwill and build pipeline and build interest in our stuff and let people know who we are and what we do, and then basically liquidating that pipeline or kind of cashing in on that pipeline with some kind of promotion. So you might see someone like Iman Gadzhi, he'll post a bunch of videos, then every now and then he'll do like a webinar or something. That's because a lot of the revenue is going to be by running these promos, running these launches, running these kind of urgency and scarcity based promos, because a lot of times, like I said, with coaching, the problem that you have is it's great. Like people they want to get a certain outcome, but there's no urgency that really pushes them to get that outcome. So you have to manufacture that with things like price increases, things like talking about trends in the market, things like what Iman Ghazi does with like the Puppet Master stuff like that. That gets them a lot of revenue. So it might sound sleazy to some, but really what we're doing is we are legitimately raising our prices. So we're just letting our pipeline and people that are interested in our stuff know that that is basically happening. A lot of people will raise their prices, especially running coaching programs, but they won't go and let everyone on their list know. They won't promote. They won't go ahead and basically alert everyone to what is happening. So in terms of what you can do step by step here, the first thing is you need to create niched content about your clients and customers' problems. This literally takes 5 to 10 hours a week. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need a video editor. You don't need an agency. You don't need someone to try and show you, hey, here's what you do about YouTube videos. You don't need a complex YouTube strategy. Literally, talk to your clients and customers. Talk to the people you want to serve. Write down a list of 50 of their biggest problems or their biggest questions, and then just make content about that. So again, what are we making content about? Literally the most simple and basic things that our customers actually struggle with. So for example, making YouTube videos is hard until you see this. The step-by-step process to making profitable paid ads, how to train your employees, why you need lead magnets, big problems to avoid when making lead magnets, things like that. As well as on my channel, you'll see things like the only funnels you need to get clients, how to be more productive, watch this if you struggle to get shit done, daily routine, how to get clients, solve this and your business growth is simple. So again, I don't need to harp on about this. We literally just know our customers' problems. We make simple videos, literally on a Loom video or OBS, screen recording, solving that problem for someone, and then posting that as many times as possible. Again, between me and my business partner combined, we posted over 200 videos in 2024. Then in terms of Instagram, this is going to be the same strategy. So you're just going to be talking about things that resonate with our ideal customers. Again, customers, we're not trying to go viral here and attract them to our page. This can be done. This is what I do. I do one recording session per week. So I'll spend like an hour planning out all the ideas that I have. Then I'll go to a location, bring my camera, bring all my gear, record it, get it done in one, and then send it off to an editor. That's the only platform that I edit for. I don't do any editing for YouTube usually. And then with Twitter and LinkedIn, you just get a tool called Hype Fury. Basically just write 3 to 5 tweets a day. That can be done in 1 to 2 hours of writing per week. And again, same strategy. So all these problems that your customers have, you're just talking about that stuff and staying consistent and building pipeline. That's literally all we did this year. And then what you want to do is create in-depth 3 free resources. So like I showed you before, Gamma Docs, PDFs, any kind of downloadable template. This is a really good thing to give away for free in exchange for someone's email. So again, one of the biggest problems you're going to have is that people aren't always looking to buy your stuff. So what we do is we give away 10 to 12 free documents that can essentially just be free value, get on our list so we can send you more stuff. And here's how it looks. So you have your ad, you'll have your content. It'll just go to a landing page with the free download on it. Then it's going to go to a thank you page with a conversion mechanism. So what's a conversion mechanism? It's basically a book a call. It's basically a webinar. It's basically the point where you are going to turn that lead into cash. So they can either sign up for the conversion mechanism, i.e. a call, a webinar, whatever it is, or you can follow up with them through things like retargeting, email, SMS, sales assets, or having your team reach out. This is literally the entire strategy. So we make a bunch of content. We get a bunch of people's emails by giving them away something for free. And then we follow up with them with ads, email, SMS, et cetera, et cetera. And what we do is we just email our list, me and Matt both. So we're sending a ton of emails per week, basically with just more free value. So what's happening here is we're just flooding our ideal customers with value, so much so that, it's almost ridiculous how much free value there is that people almost feel obliged to pay us. And eventually what happens is they'll just come to our sales calls and say, we've been following you guys for the last X amount of time, and we thought, you're running the promo, we may as well jump in now. And that's literally how it would go in the DMs, and that's how our sales calls would go as well. So in terms of the full funnel, when it's fully completed, what you're looking at here is you have your content, you have your Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You're sending all of that traffic to lead magnets. And you have different lead magnets for the purpose of people wanting to download different things. So you might have one person wants to learn about paid ads, one person wants to learn about content, one person wants to learn about X, Y, and Z. So you have all those different free giveaways essentially to capture every single different portion of the market. This is not something people talk about a lot, But a good example is Alex Hormozi. He has $100 million offers, $100 million leads, $100 million sales. I don't know. He's going to have essentially one different lead magnet or one different giveaway for each segment of the market, which essentially allows you to capture as many as possible. And the side benefit of that is that when you have 10 lead magnets or 3 lead magnets instead of 1, is that people will download each and every one of them, which just pushes them further and further down the funnel. So again, it might seem like a ton of work, but when you look at growing your business over time, you have a whole year to make all this content. You have a year to make all your lead magnets. You have a year to make all your different email flows and things like that. And eventually, you just have an insanely in-depth funnel to kind of just sell your stuff. So what you're looking at is, number one, I have to make the content. I have to get a lot of top of funnel traffic. So I have to get leads by doing things like paid ads, content outreach, and having partnerships. Then I have to make really, really good lead magnets or really good free content that I can give away for free in exchange for someone's email address. Then I have to write to my list 3 to 5 times per week. And then I just have to have a conversion mechanism. So whether that's an appointment setter, webinar, sales call, whatever works for you, whether that's like us, we just want to sell in the DMs ourselves. So we just do it that way. You can make a lot of revenue literally just by doing that. And again, this isn't something that isn't accessible. Anyone running a business has customers, has clients. They know the problems of their customers and clients. Literally all you need to do is understand those problems, get behind the camera, record videos that are going to solve their problem, sell via DMs, run an email list, and it is so stupid simple. And if you're not an expert and you can't sell coaching, just do what I did. I literally just partnered with Matt. I know a thing or two about lead generation and sales myself, but his track record, obviously, if you've sold multiple agencies, it makes it really easy because you're such an expert. So whether you partner with an expert, whether you are an expert, whether you're someone who basically has expertise to share, this is by far the best way to do it when it comes to sharing content on YouTube, sharing content on Instagram and Reels and short form, doing a bit of Twitter and LinkedIn as well, depending on where your ideal customers are, and then bolstering that with things like paid ads. It is literally so simple. It's one of the best ways to inject cash, because if you're running an agency or something, a lot of times your margins will be kind of low. But when you inject something like coaching or a personal brand into your ecosystem, and it's really something that's quite simple, it's a really simple way to make a lot of money. So if this is something you're interested in, obviously I have my paid products. If you want to go ahead and kind of take up my offer on them, the links will be in the description. They'll be everywhere. And if you want to partner with me to essentially run up a high ticket offer, that's something that we might have available in 2025 as well. Essentially building out this whole process for and with different companies in the high ticket space. But other than that, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're about to get your money up in 2025, and I'll see you in the next one.